Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tech Minds video. Now in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new ABBREE AR-7600 dual band radio, and by the end of the video we'll find out if this is any good and worth spending your hard-earned money on. Now in the box we have the user's manual, inline fused DC power cable, vehicle mounting hardware, the mic and the radio itself. Now looking around the main body of the radio we can see a speaker grille here, but there's actually no speaker inside. You will also notice that on the front there's a microphone socket, a power button and a USB port, but there's no display. Even though the chassis kind of looks like it's made from cheap plastic, it is actually made from metal, slightly contoured to what can only be described as resembling a form of heatsink. On the rear there's a 3.5mm socket for an extension speaker, a blanked off port where a GPS antenna socket would be located if you purchase the GPS enabled version. There's also a cooling fan there and an SO239 socket, which of course is for your antenna. Now as there's no display on the main unit, you guessed it, the screen is on the microphone itself. Literally all of the radio settings can be accessed from this. Now down the right side you'll find a USB-C socket which is used for programming, but you cannot plug it directly into a computer. You need to use a programming cable. So even though it's a USB-C socket, this is not a USB port, it's a serial port. On the left side of the mic, you'll find two PTT buttons, one for each of the VFOs, which are shown on the screen. Okay, so let's plug the power cable in, attach it to the power supply, attach an antenna, and then turn it on. Now the menu is accessed by using that Fun button. Now I presume they mean function here, but once entered into the menu, you can use the up and down arrow buttons to navigate through the menu. Some of the important settings to change right off the bat, well for me anyhow, are the beeps to off, the language prompt to none, but of course if you need the beeps and spoken prompts in Chinese or English, then you can leave them enabled. Volume output is controlled by the V+ and V- buttons, either side of those up and down arrow keys. Now there's two VFOs on the screen where it can dual watch two frequencies or bands at the same time, but only one will play at the same time. And when you transmit on one, the other is muted, so there's no cross-band repeat. You can, however, direct dial a frequency using the numeric keypad located on the lower half of the microphone. Now to be honest, this does feel really cheap, and while it looks okay, it is extremely light, which I guess some people might like. Although the size of the whole microphone itself, at least in my hands, it does feel quite comfortable. Not too big, not too small. The AR-7600 can store 500 memory channels, and to program these you can do it via the microphone and menu, or you can use the Windows software. Now it did actually take me a little while to get hold of this software, and I had to ask my supplier of the radio as it was not available on the ABBREE website at the time of making this video. The software, while it essentially does work, well, it's nothing special. This is a typical kind of software we find with these types of radios coming out of China. There's no copy and paste or import features, which is a pain in the backside, because within the software, each VFO actually has its own set of memories, Group A and Group B. Now, I guess if this radio does become popular, it might find its way into having chirp support. But until then, be prepared to spend some time programming your local repeaters into the radio using this software. So taking a closer look at the menu with that nice black background, it's laid out quite simply. Now some terminology is slightly off through the power of translation, using open and close instead of on and off. You'll also come across some functions which will only work with the GPS enabled version of this radio. Now in typical Chinese fashion, trying to cater for all of those types of use cases, there is a scrambler feature, a beep feature, which of course we know we cannot use on ham radio, but might be useful to commercial users if it actually works. Now there is a setting which lets you change the theme of the display between nighttime and daytime. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments. From the menu, you can also enable FM broadcast reception, and if you look in the top left corner of the display when it's enabled, you can see the frequency that it's tuned to. Of course, you can listen to your favourite radio station while chatting to your ham buddies. And I'd like to take a moment to thank JLCPCB for sponsoring this video. Now, JLCPCB provide easy, affordable, and reliable PCB and PCBA solutions, empowering electronic engineers to develop projects efficiently. Now, JLCPCB website is extremely easy to use, and ordering PCBs from JLCPCB is effortless. Just simply upload your Gerber file to get an instant quote and place your order in minutes. It's as easy as shopping online. Now, you can get 1 to 8 layer PCBs for just $2, and with efficient large-scale production, this reduces cost and brings you unbeatable prices. Quality and lead time is highly reliable, and all in-house production ensures quality stability, especially with their strict quality control in every process. You can have your PCBs produced in less than 24 hours if you need them in a rush. Easy to use, affordable to make, and reliable to trust. You can always count on JLCPCB. Now, don't miss out JLCPCB's 6-layer PCB special. You can get $30 off with a coupon and enjoy top quality 6-layer PCBs for just $5. Thanks again to JLCPCB for sponsoring this video. And moving on to testing the RF power output on the 2-meter band, and according to my meter here, which is connected to a dummy load, it's showing around 40 watts. If we then move up to the 70 centimeter band at around 435 MHz, the meter is now showing an output of around 25 watts. If you are interested in hearing how the transmitted audio sounds, check this out.
This is M0DQW testing, Mike 0 Delta Quebec Whiskey testing on the ABBREE 7600. This is with the narrow audio setting. Narrow audio setting M0DQW. This is M0DQW set with the wide setting, now set with wide. It's M0DQW on the ABBREE 7600, this is wide, over. This is M0DQW testing now with the compand setting turned on. The compander is now turned on. The compander setting is now turned on. This is M0DQW.
Well, surprisingly, I actually think that sounds quite good. What do you think? Now, one of the settings in the main menu was noise cancelling, but when enabled, the transmitted audio sounds like this. Well, not sure what's going on there. Doesn't appear to be correct to me. Maybe it's detecting my voice as noise, so it's cancelling it out. The AR-7600 can also receive AM on the airband, so let's take a listen to see how well this works.
Wind 320 degrees, 14 knots, Cav OK, temperature 4, dew point -3, QNH1015.
United 26, left heading 340 degrees, report to London 127105.
Okay, left to 340 heading and 13, I think that's, is it 127 or 137?
127.105.
That's it, 127.105. You take care, United 26.
Aviation 475 Juliet, descent flight level 150.
Landing 152, hold part of it, 475, good.
November 6453, turn left heading 340 degrees.
Left turn heading 340 degrees, November 6453.
Now, that's not bad at all. It's very loud and very readable and understandable. Now, this brings me on to one of the bad points that I saw with this radio, and that's the lowest volume setting that you can actually set. It's really, really loud. Now, perfect, I guess, if you're mobile and you need it kind of loud, but if you're using it at home, then I think it probably could be a little too loud. Now, you might think that attaching an external speaker to that 3.5mm socket on the base unit will mute the hand mic. Well, in my model, it doesn't. It comes blasting out of both at the same time. There doesn't appear to be any menu setting or physical switch to turn it off, and yet I even opened it up to take a look inside to see if there's any switches. So one last test, and that's the spurious emissions. Using my tiny SA Ultra, it appears that the 70cm band is pretty clean, and this is with a 60 dB attenuator in line and the radio set to low power. However, if we move down to the VHF band at around 145 MHz, we see a slightly different story. Now, while this is not as bad as some other radios that I've come across in the past, that fourth harmonic is only around -40 dB down from that fundamental. So it's kind of borderline legal in some countries. Well, there we go, guys. A brief look at the new ABBREE AR-7600. I think at the time of making this video, it's selling for around £100 with the radio on its own. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go and check it out and read more about this radio. Let me know down in the comments as well if this could be a yes, maybe, or a hard pass. Now, just remember, guys, I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I'm merely showing you what's available out there and what's on the market. It's your decision whether you decide if this radio is any good or not. I'm presenting to you the good and the bad, and sometimes the ugly. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. We've got some exciting new products coming up in the near future. Until the next one, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video.